Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of English with Strangers. Today we have Mr. Sandeep with us. Can you please introduce yourself?
My name is Sandeep. I am a 16-year-old. I am from Andhra Pradesh. I am currently studying my intermediate first year, although it was completed, so you can consider second year. I am quite fond with English because it is such a large. There are very large topics in English like poetry, philosophy. I want to study poetry basically.
Mm-hmm. So you are interested in English literature. You want to explore
Yeah,
poetry. Nice. So Sandeep, let me introduce myself. As you already know, my name is Roshan, and I am from Bihar. I have done my graduation in English honors. I have studied English literature, and for the past couple of years, I have been working on the internet as a teacher. Earlier, I was working in a school, but now I provide online spoken English classes, and that's pretty much about
yeah.
me. So it's quite, in our generation, Gen Z, it's very difficult to find people who are interested in literature. So can you tell us why
Yeah.
you are interested in poetry and what do you find so interesting about this topic?
Mainly because from the start onwards, my in family or in school, my teachers are made me such way that I had an interest in English. And when I grew up to now, AI is almost in every field like that.
Yeah.
So it is quite hard for anyone to survive in IT or coding like that.
Yeah.
And I also have a interest in poetry, so I want to choose poetry as my major. I mean, literature as my major.
Nice. So you want to become a writer.
Yeah.
Hmm. What kind of authors have you read so far, like in your school syllabus or for
So far, I
just
didn't.
entertainment?
Actually read any novels
Hmm.
because I was quite busy with academics and I didn't had any time to read about novels, nor the money to buy them. But I want to read in ebooks. Until now, my English is mainly from mangas,
Yeah.
mangas, no
Hmm.
light novels like that. So no,
Hmm.
I didn't read any literature books, but I am looking forward to read some.
Yeah. Sandeep, I can totally relate with you. Like when I was your age in class 11th, I also used to read a lot of manga, comics, and light novels. They were very easy to find on the internet, and you didn't have to pay anything for those books. And I also understand the part where you are not able to find physical copies of books. But once you start getting pocket money in your college, maybe you can start buying books also.
Yeah, I was also thinking about that. Yeah, can you recommend me some literature books?
Yeah, just go with flow. Whatever you enjoy, pick a book like that. So, like, what kind of mangas have you read?
Quite a few Demon Slayer,
Hmm.
anime
Yeah, yeah.
like that.
Hmm.
Now I am currently reading manhwas from Korea and China.
Which one? Manhwas.
Manhwas.
Yeah, yeah. They are colorful, so it's fun to read
Yeah.
manhwas, right? Yeah.
Yes. It would be
So,
very interesting to read them.
yeah, I wanted to make a video on manhwas and manga for such a long time. I have read so many. So, I wanted to make a video, but because of teaching and creating English related content, I forgot to start a series. But now talking to you, it makes me so nostalgic to think about like when my high school days. Okay, about recommendation, I would suggest you to start with something light, language wise, which is easy to understand. And I would recommend something from this generation. You should start with Khalid Hussain. Khalid Hussaini. Have you heard of him?
Oh,
Uh, he has written books like The Kite Runner and also A Thousand Splendid Suns. So these two books are very easy to understand language wise, but also it has very deep meaning. So you are fulfilling both needs. You are studying literature and also you are learning English, and you are getting familiar with the idea of reading. So I recommend these two books.
okay.
And
I would
also,
definitely read.
and there is this one book from American literature, To Kill a Mockingbird. I think you should start with this one, To Kill a Mockingbird.
Okay.
The
I
author
will
is,
read them.
yeah, Harper Lee, and again the language is easy and it is very funny. So you will be entertained at the same time educated.
Yeah.
S-
Okay. I will definitely read them.
Yeah. So
I will
Sandeep,
definitely.
tell me what are your plans after plus two? You want to join college? You want to pursue
Yeah.
a career in writing?
I myself wanted to study BA English like that, but
Hmm.
in family it is seen like a taboo.
Yeah, I understand.
Everyone wanted me to study BTech, go on the traditional route, become a software engineer like that, but I am not
Hmm.
looking forward in that direction.
Yeah.
I would rather study BA and major in English. But
Hmm.
if family pressure is too much, then I would consider doing double degree. Although I am
That's.
not sure if I can complete it, but
Hmm.
I want to do a double degree, BTech, BA plus.
Hmm. So, do you have any plans to convince your parents or the family members?
I already tried.
Hmm.
I only have my mother, so
Hmm.
it is very easy to convince her. I convinced her, but she only agreed for double degree, and she doesn't believe that I can complete it because of double degree. Doing one
Yeah.
degree is hard enough, so double
Yeah.
degree I can manage it or not. Not she's like worrying about it.
Hmm. It's very difficult to convince your parents if you're trying to go in different direction, right? And especially at this age, talking about myself when I was in class 12, I was completely aimless. I didn't know what to do, so I couldn't go to any college because I wasn't smart enough in maths, physics, chemistry. So BTech was not an option for me. But because of my interest in reading, I chose English literature. So my parents didn't pay much attention to my college degree.
That was great, really.
So, Sandeep,
Uh,
what about your parents? What does your father do?
my father doesn't live anymore. He died, but
Oh, sorry
before
to
he
hear
was
that.
a businessman.
Hmm. So, your guardian is your mother. She takes
Yeah,
all the decision.
yeah.
What about your siblings? Do you have any siblings?
No, I don't have any.
Hmm. So, who else do you have to convince? I think you have already convinced your mother. No?
Yeah, I already convinced my mother. She doesn't really know anything about this degree studies or so. He
Hmm.
also herself graduated in BA.
Yeah. So that's why she might
Like
be
she
worried that
studied.
there is no future.
That's why she is worrying. She is now
Hmm.
a real estate agent,
Hmm.
so she knows what are careers after BA. So she was not so convinced about sending me to major in BA.
Hmm.
And I am also quite good at math, physics, these subjects, theoretical subjects.
Yeah. So,
So she was saying, you are already very good at math and physics. So why bother taking a BA? You can
hmm,
go to BTech or BSc like that.
yeah, that's the image of arts degree in our country. Unless you are from a privileged background, nobody consider it a
Yeah.
real thing.
So I
This
have
is the.
now my mindset is like even if I take BTech and completed my 4 years course, I
Huh.
would rather show interest in writing novels and reading
Mhm.
them.
Yeah, you can. That's what I was about to recommend you, that if your mother convinces you or she asks you to pursue a degree in like BTech or some other courses, do it. But along with that, you can keep it as a hobby, reading,
Yeah.
writing, and later on, once you become financially free or successful, then you can put more time. That's my
Mm.
simple suggestion. I don't want to impose anything on you,
Not
but
only that, I also
yeah.
considering that
Hmm. Because I think that's
completing
what
my
I think that's what a lot of writers did back in the days also. Like they made living by doing some other work, and along with that, they wrote things, they published their work.
yeah. Yeah. I read about not so many biopics, but some.
Hmm.
Everybody did that.
Yeah, a lot of writers, and also financially, the life of writer is not very good. Even back in the days,
Yeah.
after they passed
Yeah.
away, their work became famous, or people started appreciating them. Only a few of them were from privileged class, and few of them became success while they were alive. But I think 70 to 80% writers become famous once they leave the world.
Yeah. That is true. Really, 75% of them. That is the case.
Huh.
Yeah, very few are became popular when they were living, and that
Uh-huh.
they when they turn old age, that only when they become
Exactly.
popular.
Exactly. So Sandeep, talk about your interest. You mentioned that you had teachers who got you into literature, and also you
Yeah.
mentioned your family background. So tell us more about that.
Uh, when it comes to my family, it is nothing more. There is not many about saying. My
Huh.
father doesn't study higher education. He stopped at 11th class, and my mother studied BA.
Uh-huh.
So there is nothing more to say about in my family. But when it comes to my school academics, it is a different topic. My
Uh-huh.
English teacher, our principal, our director sir,
Huh.
and our English madam, both
Huh.
are well educated. Our principal sir is like all India first ranker, like that.
Oh, nice.
He, he is the role model for me.
Mm-hmm. So he
Yeah, in
inspired
our
you.
town,
Hmm.
huh? Yeah,
He inspired you.
he inspired me.
Yeah. Nice.
Like he is from a low background in our town.
Mm-hmm.
But then he rose to now time. He was like one of the biggest figures in our town.
Mm-hmm. Because of his
If
writing
there
or
is
is his school?
uh,
Because of his writing or the work he is doing at the school?
writings and his works, he working in the school both.
Mm-hmm. Both. Watch this movie called Dead Poet Society.
Oh yeah, okay.
Dead.
Tell more.
That's the name of the film, Dead Poet Society. So there is a teacher who inspire a group of people or a group of class to take interest in poetry, especially poetry, and they create this club uh, uh, where they start writing. But again, there are some parents who don't want their kids to go into writing and poetry. They want them to become doctors or some other field. And
Yes,
yeah, so this is relatable to your current situation, but I will recommend you to be careful with watching this movie because it deals with heavy themes also. Okay.
okay, okay.
Yeah. So be mindful of that, but it is an amazing movie. And I think it has changed life of a lot of people, especially who are into poetry and reading, writing. So they get a lot of
I am
inspiration from
excited
this
to
film.
see that.
Yeah, you will enjoy it. I mean, if you are so interested in poetry, then you are gonna love this film.
I will definitely watch it once my physics exam is over. I am
Yeah.
currently attempting my board
Mm-hmm.
exams. Middle of
Okay.
them, two more to
Mm-hmm.
go.
Okay. So, what are your plans after? I think summer vacation is when is it gonna start?
17th March.
17th March. So, what are you planning this summer? Will you go somewhere?
Yeah, I was mainly planning to learn coding because
Mm-hmm.
my mother wants me to learn coding,
Yeah.
and I also wanted to create content in Instagram, mainly
Mm-hmm.
poetry.
Yeah.
I already had a page, but like 2 weeks ago I started it and
Mm-hmm.
posted some quotes and poetry
Yeah.
poems that I wrote. But now since I am in between exams, I am not focusing on content. So currently I put it a stop, a pause to it.
Mm-hmm.
After some after the exams are over, I will start it again. And mainly because I was creating content is like before that I already wrote some poems. A
Mm-hmm.
whole this size book I wrote poems, my own
Yeah.
poems that I created from my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it went.
So now you want to document it digitally so that it can
Document
stay
it
there.
in digital way.
Mm-hmm. That's great. How did you lose it? Like, did somebody
That
steal
is
it or
why
what?
I don't know. Like in ninth class, I wrote many,
Mm-hmm.
like 100 poems also in the span of a year.
Yeah.
I put that book in a foreign corner of my our home, went to hostel.
Yeah.
By the time I come back after a year, it is gone. I don't know where it went. I asked
Maybe.
everyone, nobody
Hmm.
know. Nobody know that I even put a book there. It
uh,
went. So
so sorry to hear that, ma'am. Maybe you should start writing and start putting it digitally somewhere.
that's why I created that page to post.
Hmm. And in which language were you writing? native language or in
English,
English?
English,
Hmm,
English.
that's cool, man. I have never written
I
a
am not
poem.
I am not that proficient in Telugu to write literature.
Do you read? Like, have you read any literature from your native language?
No, no, I don't. I
Hmm.
didn't.
What about school?
To be frank, I don't know how to read it proficiently in my native language. It is a
Uh-huh.
big setback for me
Uh,
because from the starting of my academics, I mainly focused on reading and writing English and purely neglected Telugu Hindi. But
yeah,
when I grow up to this age, I realized that and my native language are main important in India than English.
yeah. No,
So
but
now
in
I
English has its own place. You should not regret learning English. You will realize once you graduate from college that how important English is. But yeah, no doubt,
yeah, I'm
native
not
language.
saying in that way.
Hmm.
English is okay when we go to cities. Everybody knows English and we can. But when we go to like kind of countryside areas, we have to know Hindi or our native language in here.
Yeah.
So that's why
Uh, so you are not able to hold a conversation in your native language or Hindi?
we can converse,
Hmm.
but not like writing.
That's not a big deal. Maybe you will realize you will be able to learn with time. But if you can hold a
Uh,
conversation, I think that's more than enough.
okay, okay. I also think so that
Hmm. All right, Sandeep, do you have any question, anything that you want to ask or tell our viewers?
nothing more, but explain your career. I want to listen to that.
See, man, I don't have a career right now. I started working at a very young age as a teacher. When I was in my first year of college, I had to pay my bills. So, in my hometown, there is no concept called part time job. Either you work as a labor, work in a mall, or you find something else. So, the only skill I had when I was in my first year college was I could hold a conversation in English, writing, and literature. So I thought, let's start working in a school, and that's how my career started. And after a couple of years working in a school, I kept on posting videos on YouTube. So people started reaching out to me for classes, teach me how to speak writing. So I thought this was a good alternative. So rather than going to a school, I have been providing spoken English classes since 2022,
Okay.
2023. So
Right after the
2023.
lockdown.
Yeah, after lockdown. So that's been, and that's how I've been able to buy books and take care of my bills by teaching. And I'm not writing anything right now, but hopefully in future I will also try to write. But right now the focus is to build a career on YouTube.
I was also thinking about doing a part-time job
Yeah.
like editing. I know like editing a little bit, so I want to be more proficient in editing and then do a part-time in editing.
Yeah, that will be cool because editing is something that you can learn by yourself, take help of YouTube, internet,
Yeah,
and if you are good at your job, then it's very easy to find job for editing. Freelancing, but you have
yeah,
to
yeah.
be good at that.
Yeah. That's why I was taking some time to upgrade my skills and then start a freelancing part-time.
Yeah, that's a good idea. What I'm doing right now is also a freelancing thing. So you can make a good amount of money, if you have good skills. Because of the internet and YouTube, it's very easy to monetize your skills. Once you start putting your work on the internet, people will start approaching you.
And my alternative for other part-time job is rather than editing, I would go tuition. I will tell tuition. Like I know I had a better English skills in
Mhm.
my village area, right?
Mhm. So you
And
want
I
to?
know everybody in my village, so why don't I start a tuition telling English?
You can do that, no doubt. But
Yeah, I
will
was
you be
thinking
able?
about that.
Yeah, in your break, you can earn a little bit of money. Use that to buy
Yeah,
books
yeah,
or do other things that you are interested in. That will be a good
yeah.
idea.
I realized that when I wanted to go to a what we call it vocational course.
Mhm.
Do we call it vocational?
Yeah, vocational means you wanted to learn something.
like that. Okay, something English class, that is, I went there and asked the sir, what are you charging them? He said
Spoken English
1,000 per
classes.
month.
You mean
Spoken English
spoke?
classes.
Yeah.
Not came to my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Spoken English class.
Hmm.
I asked the sir, what are you charging? He said
Mm-hmm.
1,000 per
Mm-hmm.
month.
Yeah.
Summer break is 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is paying 4 months, 4 months at the start.
Yeah. So
Like when they
4,000.
started, they paid
Hmm.
4,000 rupees.
Mm-hmm.
50 students there are
Yeah.
totally.
Mm-hmm. Do the math.
It was like 2 lakh rupees he was earning.
Yeah. Just from one batch.
Like that, I was awestruck.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good plan to start with. But again, tuition coaching classes to build a reputation, it takes time, but you should build your skills, earn some pocket money, and invest the money in whatever manner you want to.
Stocks. Yeah.
In by investing, I mean you don't have to invest in a stock market or things like that. I'm talking about books or your hobbies. That's what I meant.
Like
Yeah. All
when
right,
you say
Sandeep.
investment, my brain is like stock market, bonds, like that.
No, no, no,
It
no. I
went.
meant in your hobbies, on yourself. Invest money on
Okay,
yourself.
okay.
Sandeep, it was lovely chatting with you, and I wish you good luck, whatever you want to do in your life. I hope your mother agrees with your degree and you
Thank you.
find success.